A former Facebook executive said, "The social media services that I and others have built over the past 15 years have served to tear people apart. I fear we are pushing ourselves to the brink of civil war." And that was said by Tim Kendall, Facebook's first director of monetization. Now, let me tell you, when Facebook's first director of monetization got shivved in the yard by Facebook's first director of polarization, he knew shit just got real. That's a goofy title. First director of monetization, as if they were planning to execute him at some point. It's like being married and going to a dinner party and saying, "I meet my first wife, Karen." And Karen's like, "What? What do you mean first wife? I thought I was the wife." We should talk after. Everyone blames Facebook for something, or even Twitter. It's undermining democracy. I've said that probably in this show. It's silencing free speech. I've said that too. No one sees my posts unless I pay. I've said that too, although they won't even let me pay. It's like the airlines, when the flight attendant goes up there and says, "You have a choice of many airlines, so we appreciate you chose us, Air Death." And I'm like, dude, Air Death is the only one that flies between the two cities I need to go to. You've got an exclusive route. What choice do I have? There's a little bit of that with Facebook, but I blame the blamers to some extent. Some of it is a choice, and I think more and more people are seeing them for the tricksters that they are, and either taking it with a grain of salt, seriously reducing usage like I'm doing, or just completely leaving. Ultimately, we have to get to a point where we can empower individuals to make those choices themselves. But there's a danger in empowering individuals because you're not going to like the choices that they make sometimes, especially if they're uninformed or they're desperate. Look at Arab Spring. Everyone was celebrating this liberation. Oh my God, we're all free. We've got democracies. 5 minutes later, they vote in new despots because that's what they wanted. They weren't ready for democracy. You can't foist it upon people. It has to be organic. But there's nothing organic about the way social networks work. Yes, the idea of social networking and that behavior is organic, but not what happens once you're being manipulated inside their matrix.